The night the cowboy opened his barn door, he had no idea it would change his life forever. The wind howled across the plains like a wounded animal, carrying the smell of dust and frost. Inside the barn, a single lantern flickered, throwing long shadows against the wooden walls. That was when he saw him, a starving native man, collapse near the hay, ribs showing through torn clothing, lips cracked from thirst. The cowboy hesitated for only a second. He knew the danger. He knew the stories the town told. But he also knew what it meant to leave a man to die. So he knelt down, lifted the stranger's head, and whispered, "You're safe now." The cowboy's name was Caleb Turner, a widower who lived miles from the nearest town. He had buried his wife 2 winters earlier and learned how cruel silence could be. That night, as he fed the stranger warm broth and wrapped him in blankets, Caleb felt something stir inside him, an old promise his father once taught him: never turn away from hunger, no matter whose face it wears. The native man barely spoke. His eyes were dark and deep, filled with exhaustion and fear. When he finally whispered his name, Owen, his voice shook like dry leaves by morning. Owen was stronger, though still weak. Caleb gave him bread, water, and a place by the fire. They didn't speak much. They didn't need to. Pain has a language of its own. As the sun rose, Owen suddenly froze, listening. His head turned sharply toward the horizon. His face drained. "Of color, they will come," he said quietly. "They think I am dead." Caleb frowned. "Who?" Owen swallowed. "My people." Before Caleb could ask more, the ground began to tremble, not violently, but steadily, like a slow drum beat. By noon, dust clouds rose in the distance. Caleb stepped outside his barn, squinting into the sun. His heart nearly stopped. Riders, dozens of them, no hundreds. 200 warriors formed a wide arc around his land, silent, unmoving, watching. Fear gripped Caleb's chest. He had 1 rifle, 1 barn, no town nearby. Every terrible story he'd ever heard came rushing back. But when he looked over his shoulder and saw Awan struggling to stand, shame cut deeper than fear. He had chosen this moment the night before, even if he hadn't known it. Owen walked out beside him, leaning on a stick. The warriors did not move. At their center rode an older chief, his hair streaked with gray, his posture proud and unyielding. The chief raised a hand, and the riders stopped completely. Silence fell so heavy Caleb could hear his own breathing. "You sheltered one who was marked for death," the chief called out. His voice carried authority, not anger. "Why?" Caleb swallowed hard. "Because he was starving," he said. "Because he's a man." Murmurs rippled through the line of warriors. Owen stepped forward, trembling. "I was accused," he said. "Falsely. I ran. I collapsed. This man saved me." The chief's eyes never left Caleb. "Many would not," he said slowly. "Many would have turned away. Or worse." Caleb lifted his chin. "Maybe," he replied. "But I couldn't." For a long moment, no one spoke. The wind rustled through dry grass. Then the chief dismounted. He walked forward alone, boots crunching on dirt, stopping just a few feet from Caleb. "Our law demanded blood," the chief said. "But our law also honors truth." He turned to On. "You live because this man chose mercy." And something unexpected happened. The chief reached into a pouch and pulled out a carved token, pressing it into Caleb's palm. "Today," he said, "you did not make an enemy. You made a bond." One by one, the warriors lowered their weapons. Some dismounted. Others nodded in quiet respect. The tension that had threatened to tear the air apart dissolved into something softer understanding. Before they left, the warriors brought food: meat, corn, water skins. They helped repair Caleb's broken fence, strengthened his barn, and shared a fire before dusk. No words of thanks were spoken aloud, but gratitude moved between them like warmth. When the last rider disappeared beyond the horizon, Caleb stood alone again, holding the carved token. Owen remained, tears in his eyes. "You risked everything," he said. "For me." Caleb looked out at the land, glowing gold under the setting sun. "No," he replied quietly. "I remembered who I was. That night, the barn felt warmer than it ever had. It's not because of the fire, but because one act of compassion had turned fear into respect, enemies into allies, and loneliness into purpose. And long after the dust settled, people would whisper about the cowboy who faced 200 warriors unarmed, not with bullets, but with mercy, and lived to prove that kindness can stand stronger than fear.